Hello, my name is Greg Robinson, and this is Robinson Horsemanship. So much about what we do on the backs of these horses is about physics and common sense. And if you really take it from the horse's standpoint, it might change the way you ride a little bit. That's what changed my riding. Sometimes you just got to put your hand down and ride them like they're broke. I say that every day, every lesson, every clinic. Put your hand down, ride them like they're broke. What's the worst that could happen? They believe you. Good morning, friends. It's Greg Robinson Horsemanship. We're down here at my friend Ricky's place outside of Chuckey, Tennessee, riding with Ricky and Isabella. We're going to work on some guiding and in a little bit some stops. Being willingly guided is key, whether you're on the ranch or in the show pen. Your horse needs to listen to you. So what is the biggest problem that I see at my clinics across the country in guiding exercises? The riders aren't being real believable in about where they're focused on riding to. If you watch a bunch of riders come into an arena to ride, if you really study them, you can't really tell what they're up to. They're kind of over here and over here. And so what's that telling your horse? So I believe when you work on some of the exercises I'm going to show you today, you find that you're picking on your horse less and your horse guides better because they know that you know exactly where you're going to, and they start following your lead a little better. So I'm going to work with Isabella first. I'm going to have her do some circles, and then we're going to see if we can't do some things to help clean that up a little bit. So Isabella, if you would just ride to the center of the pen, and if you need to jog her a circle, that's fine, and then lope her off, and we'll go from there. There you go, just push a little leg on her, look up. Let her know that front door's open a little bit, kind of get out of her way. There you go, let her relax. So something you'll see about working circle exercises is that your horse is going to make the same mistake at the exact same point of that circle all day long. Okay, this horse wants to get really wide over there. It's a little wide out there. It's a little better here. She's going to want to hesitate here by me. So if you know where your horse is going to deviate, don't wait until the horse is deviating. Support that horse just a little bit. So when this horse constantly wants to get wide over here, about right here, start guiding her a little bit more left. There, much better. The value of having a freshly groomed arena is amazing. You can go out there, work your pen, lope a few circles, and stop and look at your tracks. I say it at my clinics all the time. You should be able to ride 10 horses in the same set of tracks, and it looked like basically one horse made them. It shouldn't look like a herd of buffalo ran through there. There you go. Now let her stop. Good. Much better on your stop today. All right, so when you're struggling, a lot of people struggle on circles. And if you think about it in a pattern, especially your ranch reining or regular reining, at what point of that pattern does the judge have the most time to watch you and plus or minus you? It's in the circles. A lot of people work on all the other things, the spins, the stops, the rollbacks, the lead changes. All those things happen that fast. Those circles, that judge has got a long time to watch you get around there. Large, fast, small, slow. So to plus circles is a challenge, and it's something that a lot of people just don't give a whole lot of thought to, right? So use what you have, okay? At my clinics, I generally show up with some cones, and it's amazing the improvement that can be made just by using a visual point for people, okay? So there's not cones here. I did a clinic in Paso Robles, California, where we used coffee mugs. Use what you got, okay? Find a mark to ride to, and you'll find you're picking on your horse less. Circle around to the left at the walk or jog, whatever you like. Get between those blocks over there. And have it in your mind, where do I have to make my turns to get back to this mark and back to that mark? Maybe jog her through them first so she doesn't get worried about them. Good, good. Now so you turned a little sharp there, so now you had to flatten out and then turn a little harder to get there. Once you start the arc from there to there, if you hit it right, just stay on that exact same arc. It'll lead you right back to where you started. That's a little better. There you go. Kind of cut you off a little bit on that side over there. There you go. Now just ease her up into a lope. Okay, so you had to guide pretty hard, just lope her on. So you know, next circle, you need to turn just a little, don't ask her loud, just suggest that she turns a little cleaner, a little sooner before you get to that spot. Okay, so you're having to make a hard turn right there. She's wanting to kind of distract and be out over on this side. Go back to 2 hands. Okay, frame her up. And don't correct her by moving your hands right or left. Change what your leg's telling her to do. Ride your horse's body, not your horse's face. So if she's going to get wide out here, use a little more outside leg. There you go. There you go. And don't look clear around the corner. Just kind of stay a little more with your horse. She'll guide better. There you go. So you know where her problem area is. It's over here, right? So just support her a little bit. Right about there. Start helping her. There. Right on, right on. See, until you work these exercises, you really don't know where you have a little bit of a hang up, right? Okay, she's got it pretty good at the jog. Leaned in on you there pretty bad. Just change your leg. There she gets real flat right here. Now you're gonna have, there you had to take a lot harder turn. Think of an arc. When you get to center, put her body on an arc and just stay on that exact same arc. Don't change your hand, change your leg pressure. There, there. Atta girl, better, much better. When you feel like she's kind of paying attention, listening to your leg, then ask her to lope through it. There. Good. Nice departure. Nice departure. And make small adjustments in your guide. Don't overreact, because then they'll overreact and you'll miss your mark. It's okay. Go on by. Go on by. Even if she's going to miss that mark, lope her by it. Don't let her stop there. She's kind of building a habit of that. Right on through, right on through. Okay, so you've gotten way wide out there. So start making your adjustment right there. A little more leg, look up and ride her through it. There you go. There you go. Keep her in those same tracks. That was much better. Good. One more time through there. At that pace. Go, 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 go. Don't let her stop. Make her lope through there one more time, and then I'm going to have you do it one-handed, because she's starting to believe where she needs to be, because you know what you're doing. You know where you're riding to. There, go one-handed. And if you need to help her, don't overreact with your hand. Barely pick it up and use your leg. There you go. Go, 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 go. Don't let her quit you over there. See how you went way left with your hand and it hung up everything? Correct her with your leg, not your hand. Because when you throw your hand way off to the left to help guide her, you're shortening up that outside rein, laying it up against her neck, putting too much pressure on the corner of her mouth on the outside, which is making her counter arc, which is hanging up her shoulders, and she won't guide. There. Keep your hand more centered. Whisper with your hand. Whisper, whisper, whisper with your hand. Push with your leg. Atta girl, outstanding. Much, much better. Good. Good. But see, if you don't work these kind of exercises, you don't know where the problems really are. You're just out there loping around, right? And things can get a little dicey. This morning when you first started loping her around before we started this filming, she wasn't listening real good, so that's why I chose to work on this, right? Okay, so I'm going to bring, good job, way to hang in there with me. Now I'm going to bring Ricky in. Ricky and I have been riding together for, I don't know what, 3 years now. And to some people, riding on these marks may seem a little bit kindergarten, but I'll tell you what, you keep working them, it becomes habit to be correct. I want my horses to be very, very, very correct, but I don't want to have to pick on them. So an exercise as simple as this can get better performance out of your horse, and you find that you're asking less and less and less of them with your hand. You set them on course, they kind of stay on course until you adjust them to do something else. See, Ricky's done this exercise so much, she knows to watch her tracks, and if it's not round, if there's a flat spot, if there's a wide spot, if that horse shoulders in, she knows to give it a small correction before she ever gets to that place again. A little windy today.
A little windy. Thank you, sir.
You bet. When you're ready, Ricky, just ease him up into a low. Good departure. So when you're first making your track, when you're riding a horse, see he's a little wide right there. When you're first working a horse on beginning to learn how to guide one-handed, I'll come out here on this exercise and I'll ride two-handed, kind of help support my horse around there. And as soon as that horse starts really dialing in and listening to me, where he's not shouldering in, not drifting outside, and his cadence is nice and even, he's not speeding up or slowing down. See, he's getting really wide right there every time, just past me. So at this point right here, turn a little cleaner. That's a little better. Still wants to be a little bit wide. Make the adjustment right here. There, that cleaned that up a little bit. Good. So when he wants to lean out on this side and just before you turn for center, Ricky, just use your outside leg a little bit more. Turn your toe out, support him, hold that there, thank you. See how that cleaned that up? All you had to do was just turn your toe out and support him right here. There. Easy fix, easy fix. Once he gets soft and framed again, then I'll have you go to one-hand guide. There. There you go. That's much better. Much, much better. Now just go one-handed and there it is, there it is. Oh. Throw him just a little bit more rein. So when you need to guide, just barely raise your hand almost back to the center of his mane, not right or left, but just kind of ease it back towards your saddle horn and use your leg to guide him. There. Very good. Very good. Now I want you, next circle, when you get to me, I want you to ride to the far side of that block and come right back to the tracks in front of me. again. Really good. Go to a big one again. Now a small one. Good. Take him to the center and let him stop. Good job. Good job. So even when I just kind of threw a curveball at her and said guide him out around that far block and come back to here, it really wasn't a big deal because she's worked on these exercises a lot over the last few years. So when you're on pattern, these things are really important. Your horse has to listen. Really good job. So like I said, I'll go two-handed at first, make sure that they're really listening to me, and as soon as I feel like their cadence is the same, they're not pushing out, they're not diving in with the shoulder, they're just making a nice circle, I'll just throw my hand down one-handed, and the further we go, I'll send them more rein until I can have them on a swinging rein and keep my hand in one place, and they'll just stay on track. And it really cleans up your guiding.